This is Uncanny Excellent Man 502. So with Ace, let's get straight into talking about Gregory Landsman's cover. This isn't a very good one. Wolfman's face looks dumb. The placement of Smurf doesn't really work. But I think the layout or the concept is solid. I think, again, you could give the layouts to a better artist like Ken Dodd or Yannick at the Disco and have a great cover here. Move Smurf about 2 inches to the right. Fix some of the questionable anatomy or the facial detail. It would work as a cover. It's not a bad overall picture. It is just Gregory Landsman's rather limited and often wrong style that breaks it here. I am somewhat of a champion of Gregory Landsman. He gets more hate than he deserves, and it is not proportionate at all to another major artist who does all Landsman's tricks but is much worse. No detail, no grasp on perspective, no continuity between panels, no clue whatsoever how to visualise an image. He gets called an artistic legend, and feel free to guess down below that it is Salvador La Rocca. Oops, I mean Sally LaRue. Now here is something else that doesn't work. We have a page showing the cast, but they have chosen a bad colour for the text. It is virtually unreadable. On the video, I didn't know if it'll even show. It might not even appear to have text, but if this just looks like a black page with 6 faces, there is very, very dark blue text underneath them. We ended the previous issue with the Excellent Men doing a sting operation to draw out the bondage cult. They used Korma from the New Muties as bait to lure them out. And now Wolfman and Smurf are getting even with them for their brutal attack on one of the teenagers under their charge. I quite like this. It is a simple setup for an action scene, but I like it. Baiting the bad guy and then kicking them in. I would say ganning in with only Wolfman and Smurf is pretty lame. I think Steelman would have made sense to include. And other than acting as bait, Korma doesn't even get involved in the fight. And just to backtrack a bit, Sally LaRue is one of my least favourite artists ever. And for all his faults, Gregory Landsman is miles better and more of an actual artist than Sally LaRue is. Here we have a scene with the girl who got assaulted, the Welsh one, and we are again faced with a scene where I might finally have to address that there are 2 Smurfs, but I will not, because the Welsh one gets to meet Taylor Smith. She is so good to her fans. or at least she was in 2008 when this came out. Now she is a turd. The excellent men take one of the attackers prisoner and kind of torture him for information. The excellent men have a very cavalier attitude towards torture and murder during this period. They do say that this is more psychological torture, though. They were not actually torturing him. They were just making him think that he was being tortured. Is that better or worse? Who cares? Here is Emma Frosty's, the best thing ever invented. She is great. Love her. We get some focus on the Welsh one and her recovering from the attack. I didn't know why they chose her of all the younger muties to try and make a thing. She is suddenly in the main Excellent Men book, and the other youngsters never graduate to the same level of Marvel trying to push them as a character. There is nothing wrong with the Welsh one. In fact, it's kind of neat that there is a Welsh one. You didn't get much Welsh in comics. I'm still waiting on an Excellent Man from my neck of the woods, though. You could call him Hawaii Man. Genius. I didn't think there's ever been a creator from these parts at the big two. Probably afraid that we will nick all the pens or something. We have a bit with Smurf and Emma Frosty's. There is, or there was, a subplot that they set up and feature in a few issues, with Smurf building a chapel for the muties. And after that little bit of religion, here is some sultry, sexy BDSM with Cyclist's best ex-wife, the Black Queen. She is abusing M-Plate, and I think most people would say that M-Plate definitely has this coming. M-Plate deserves to be stamped on this way, and I am someone who has read more of the comics when they try to make a more sympathetic and less of a rapist. The Excellent Men got the location of Black Queen and M-Plate's headquarters from that guy that they technically, on paper, did not legally torture. There is Storms. Didn't get used to the sight of her. The awful Black Panther series had dibs on her, so she doesn't show up much at all during this endangered species stretch of Excellent Men books. This story also has a tremendous double standards rape, but that's in the next issue. Cyclist gets raped, and there is no acknowledgement or consequence to it. I think the problem is most people would be fine with being raped by Black Queen, especially if she is disguising herself as Emma Frosty's. Or maybe that is just me. Comment down below if... Actually, didn't. YouTube automatically filters and blocks any comment with the word rape in it. I should probably come up with a new term for it. Or at least the sexy version, where it is a beautiful woman raping me. Moon-dragoned. Cyclist, he gets moon-dragoned by his kinky ex-wife next issue. Yeah, that works. With the excellent men busy, the Welsh one disobeys orders to stay at base, and she sets off on her own to get revenge on her attackers. I like this, and it's not just because there is a lot of erotic material and art in it. I think it is a functioning story with some fun parts. The interior art I am mostly fine with. There are certain panels it looks ropey, but I would point a Wolfman's face on this cover as the worst it gets. I'll rate this 7 Horny thumbs up.